Hey, brothers and sisters, Derek and Chad back again to give a bit of an update on what's been going on over the last few days. First thing we want to do is remind people to check your permit. If you are not certified, if you are not permitted, or you have lapsed in your certification, tell your supervisor. Make sure that you're not doing anything that you're not certified or haven't been through a refresher to do. That includes lockout, that includes truck. Just got an update today that we have over 100 people who are still deficient in their truck licenses. So check them, tell your supervisor you need the training, and make sure that you're following the rules of what you're permitted to do. The appeal of the election has been sent up to the International Union. This week I've been working with the election committee and our recording secretary to get the locals' response to that. So we have sent that information up, and we will just await what the international says is the next step. We have not gotten a decision yet. We just got the request for information. So we will await what they have to say and go from there. If you return from work on a restriction, please check with ADAPT. Okay, when you come back from work and you have any kind of restriction on any job, please check with ADAPT that it's not a good fit for you before you head to the floor and get a job assignment. Make sure that you have checked in with ADAPT. From safety, Jeremy Gilbert wanted to remind people that there is a lot of sand on the floor. So if you notice that there's a lot of sand on the floor, tell your supervisor. Make sure that they're sweeping that stuff up. We're getting into colder weather. The doors are going to be closed more frequently, so a lot of that debris is going to stay inside the building. So if you see sand on the floor, tell your supervisor we need to get a sweeper truck over there to get that cleaned up. Contract books. We passed out quite a few of them on Wednesday. If you were out or you missed getting a contract book, we have a few in the office. Just put in a committee call or swing by the office on your break, or just let one of us know if you happen to see us. We'll make sure that we get you a contract book before we run out. We've got just a few of them left, so we want to make sure that everybody that needs one gets a copy of one. The Veterans Committee is going to be holding a breakfast on Veterans Day, the 11th of November, at 8 a.m. at Bob Evans. If you're on the committee or you want to join up on the committee, feel free to join them. November 11th on the holiday, 8 a.m. at Bob Evans. And with that, I will pass it over to Chad.
Thank you, Derek. So there's been a couple things that some members have asked. We've actually reported this out before, but I wanted to go over it again. On 9/2, when we was in a Key 4 meeting, management did approach us about critical status. They gave us the documentation. They told us that they were going to send this information up north and was basically showing us all the downtime, all their uptime, what it was, where their schedules were. And they sent that information up north, and that was on 9/2. So at that time, they had, per your national agreement, they had to have 15 days notice before we could be put on critical status. And they were actually, the official date was going to be September 21st. So that information got sent up there. The International reviewed it, and it went through to where we were on critical status. So that is where the critical status came through, and that is the whole plant. That's not just HIDC. That is actually the whole plant. So I wanted to clarify that for all members that did not know that information. The rec for 6. I was hoping to have some good news to report to temporary employees this week. Unfortunately, we don't have that information from the NEPC. They have not let management know, hey, yes, you can convert temps, or hey, we've got 6 transfers that have accepted yet. So Monday I'm going to call, hopefully find out exactly when that rec is going to end, so we can find out, hey, do we convert 6 temps, or are we getting 6 transfers in? We did find out that they got the final signature for the 26, for the rec for 26. So that is also going to the NEPC. And it's usually a 2 to 3 week period. But when it leaves here, they got to get these signatures. And once they get the signatures, then it's all up on the management side to send that over to the NEPC. So once the NEPC gets it, then they start sending out the information to the folks that have in for Bedford. After that happens, then they find out who's accepted, who hasn't, and then that's when we find out where we can convert temps and how many transfers we're getting. So that's the information that we have right now. So I know there's a lot of temporaries right now that are chomping at the bit, and I don't blame you one bit because I want you hired, and hopefully we're going to get that done soon. So hang on. As soon as we know, we will put that information out. We will be having more people coming in the plant, but they're going to be in small groups. It's kind of a mixed batch, so they haven't really broke down numbers, but it's probably going to be less than 10 over the next couple weeks leading up till the week of Thanksgiving. That week we won't have any new employees coming in at that time. We did get with Kevin Kinnish in department head meetings. We brought up again about the folks who have a skilled trades background or a journeyman's card who's working production, and he is going to push that again with Mary to get that done. He actually thought it was already done, but that has not happened. With our Key 4 meeting on earlier this week, they pretty much said that they'll take any tradesman they can right now. So I'm not sure what the holdup is with that, but Kevin is going to push on getting that. We also discussed about apprentice. So they're looking at putting more apprentices on in the coming years. So that's a good thing, something that they should have been doing for years, which would probably keep us out of the mess we're in now. But that is something else that they're going to start doing. COVID. I'm sure everyone is very concerned about COVID. We are very concerned about COVID. With the rising numbers in Indiana, Lawrence County, and surrounding counties, it's very concerning. We have went to management more than once about getting team meetings suspended. Gareth did not want to do it. He thinks protocols that we have in place are working. I don't know where he's from, but I think everyone in this plant probably knows that you can have all the protocols you want, but there's no 100% way. And what our position is we want to do something different, and if it's suspending team meetings for a couple of weeks to see whether that might curve the spread or the uptick on people, then why not do it? Now, one bit of good news is since we have some holidays coming up, we won't be having team meetings. So hopefully that will show some numbers difference and, maybe relax a little bit of people. And hopefully the number starts going down versus going up. So anytime there is a holiday during the week, team meetings are usually suspended. So hopefully over the course of November, we may only have one team meeting that whole month. So that's good. But at the same time, why not just go ahead and do it ahead of time and just be done with it, and say, look, we are doing this. We are concerned about people's safety. And this is something we wanted to change to see whether it actually helped or didn't. And if it didn't, so what? At least we're doing something different, not the same thing. But that's where we were at as a committee. We pushed hard with him on that. And it even got ugly because I think it's a crock of shit, because a team meeting doesn't cost you anything. We're not asking to shut the plant down yet, but, when you start getting all these cases, and I will say a majority of the cases are, from outside, where a family member has exposed one of our members and they've come in and reported it and then they've quarantined. But even we've had other people in the plant that, end up getting tested and then they've ended up being positive. So it's a rising number. And it's a rising number in the state, in the counties, and really everywhere. So what do we do to try to change that? You just don't do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. It just doesn't happen. So we're still going to continue to push that until we can get that done. And like I said, with the holidays coming up, it kind of helps a little bit. So hopefully we can see a change in that. And hopefully everyone can stay healthy and we don't run into any more cases going upward. Hopefully, we're on the way down. So I hope everyone stays safe and get out and vote. Elections are coming up. Get out and vote. I mean, that is your right. And this has been a very political time of year, and I'll leave it at that. But I hope that everyone does get out and vote. I hope everyone stays safe. Remember to use hand sanitizer, clean your areas before you start work, and when you go to sit down to eat, spray down your area. These are some of the things that you can do to help keep yourself from possibly getting COVID. So stay safe, brothers and sisters, and we'll talk to you soon.
Happy Halloween.